Good morning, guys. Today we are leaving Brathay Hall after our training weekend. We've just got a few activities left to do, so I'm just about to go down and have breakfast. It's now 8 o'clock in the morning, and then at 9 o'clock we've got fundraising and media, so we'll be having a chat with Scott and Chris about that. Then we've got another break at 10:30. And then at 11:15 we'll be talking about medical matters, which I'm really interested in. And that's with Rebecca Robinson and Katie Walker-Small. And then at 11:15 to 1 o'clock we'll be having a talk about injury analysis, prevention and performance enhancement. Again, that one I'm really looking forward to. I'm sure I'm going to learn so much from that. 1 o'clock we've got lunch and then heading off home. So I had a really good night's sleep last night, thankfully, especially having a restless sleep the night before of the marathon. Went to bed last night about 8:30, so I've had a good 8 hours sleep, and I think I've slept right through as well, which is great. And how do I feel in general after yesterday? I feel great, considering I feel a bit of a cold coming on, but I think that's understandable, running in the cold rain for 5 hours. Aches and pains, I think it's just my back, just my lower back is a bit achy. Nothing too serious though, just get a hot water bottle on it later tonight, just to warm it up a bit, and hopefully that'll ease it. Usually does. I must admit I used this, which is Physian. I know it's back to front there, sorry, but basically I got this not so long ago, recommended by Gary Dale, and I think Sean Warburton's got one. So basically it's a massage thing, a handheld one. And yesterday when I got back to my room, I just stuck this on like so. So it's like that. And I just worked on my quads and my calves last night. I found some trigger points, so held on to them for a bit. And today my legs are actually fine. I feel as though I can go out and do another run. So yeah, I'm really grateful for this. That's something I have learned, that this is going to be one of my new best friends. So what have I learned while I've been here? I must admit I've learned so much, but lots of little things that I'll probably forget to mention. I've learned a lot about how to get through the 10 in 10 most importantly. So little things like organising your boxes the night before, things to put in. So we didn't have that advantage yesterday. We didn't have drink stations or anything like that. Everything was kept on us. We could have had drinks in the cars that were passing, but it was relying on whether a car had passed and how long that would be. But yeah, yesterday, so we had to carry things on us, and I didn't realise. I thought there'd be water stations on the course, and so I didn't bring a Camelback bag with me or a belt with me or anything like that. So basically just had my pocket in my pants, and I just made a bottle of Tailwind and shoved that down the front of my pants and ran with that. So yeah, I've got a bit of chafing from that. But so on the actual 10 in 10, it sounds very, very reassuring to know that every so often, I think it's every 4 miles, I think, if I can remember rightly, we'll have a box and we'll have a drink and anything else that we put into that box that we think we might need. And I also learnt as well that it'd be a good advice to eat something. I never ever eat on a long run, but anything like a flapjack, a jam butter, anything with carbs, sugar. So I'll be adding that to my training runs, which is something that I've learnt. So trying remembering to eat as well on a long run. Training runs, I now need to just start doing 3 at least 3 consecutive long runs. So that's going to be my weekends, tied up doing that now. Gradually building mileage up though, of course, so I'm not going to go all out and start doing 26 miles every day for 3 days. That would be crazy. But yeah, so I'm going to start doing that. What else have I learned? I've learned so much. I've taken loads of notes, but unfortunately I've put my notebook in my suitcase because we're checking out in a bit. I've had so much fun. Everybody here, unfortunately, not all the participants were able to come. Some have COVID or are having to isolate or couldn't come for any other reason. So I think only there's quite a few that were doing there's meetings via Teams, so virtually. And it was great to see faces, but it was a shame that they couldn't be here because the social aspect of it was really important as well, getting to know everybody, getting to know their backgrounds, with regards to running and the personal stuff as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to when we come back in May to actually meet everybody, which would be great. Have I enjoyed it? I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it. We've been really, really looked after. It's been great. Michelle Atkins, who's the main photographer, works here, and she was kind of the run angel for me yesterday. She just kept popping up in places and I had to stop and have a little bit of a chat with her. But then it got to a point where I couldn't stop because I thought if I stop now and talk to her, I'll seize up. But gave her a wave and she asked if I was okay each time, and offering me things like biscuits and things. But yeah, I was okay. So the support here is just phenomenal. It's so reassuring, and everybody is really helpful. So if you ask any of the specialists, people like Chris and Katie, they give you really good advice. Obviously they were the ones it was Chris who told me to tighten my shoelaces to help prevent cramping in my foot, which kind of worked. I only got cramp. I started with pins and needles, which is the first start of it, at mile 7, and I was getting really worried because my feet were heavy because we were running through water all the time, and every time I lifted my foot up, it felt as though it was just going to get a hold. So at mile 7, I just walked for a little bit, tried to walk it out, but then after that, it just stopped. I never got it after that. And what I did differently yesterday was obviously I tightened my shoelace, but wore 2 pairs of socks as well. And I think that helped, because I think definitely running through all that water, I would have cramped up at probably mile 4. And so that was good. So went the rest of the marathon without any cramp in my feet, which was great. Touch wood, it stays like that. And so yeah, that's it in a nutshell, basically what's happened this weekend. I'm so glad that I managed to do the full course. I got to mile 21 and I desperately needed the toilet, and I mean like a number 2. And Scott was there in his minibus, and the good thing about the support is the fact that you see the cars and the minibus, and you see, and they stop and then they ask you, "Are you okay?" And yesterday, because it was just a training run, it was so easy just to get into one of the cars and say, "You know what, I've had enough. I'm drenched, I'm cold, it's just a training run, I'm not even getting anything for doing this." I'm not, with regards to a medal and stuff. So you have to really get it in your head. No, I'm here to do a marathon. I want to do the full course, especially for me because I've never done it. And at mile 21, I was so it was before that I was running a couple of miles needing the toilet, and then saw Scott at mile 21, and he's there, he stood outside, he's fine, is everything all right, you okay? I was like, "Oh, I need the toilet." He said, "Why don't you just go up this hill, turn left and you come into the wooded area?" And I went, "It's okay, I've done 21 miles, I'm happy with that. I'll just go back home, back to the hotel to use the toilet. I'm so desperate for it." And he went, "Are you sure? If you just go up this hill and you turn left, there's a wooded area there." So I kind of looked up the hill and I thought, and then looked at him and I just thought, right, okay. But I mean, I debated about it for a few minutes, and I kept saying to him, do you know what? I'm wet, I'm cold, I'm really happy I've done 21 miles, but I really do need the toilet. And I think he must have known because I had every intention of doing the full course. So I did. I went up the hill, did what I needed to do, but then struggled coming back down the hill because obviously I was wet, I was cold, I'd been crouched down, I'd stopped, and then tried to walk down this hill again. So my quads were hurting. And then when I said to him, I'm just going to give it another mile because I don't know how my legs are going to be starting running again, having to stop for 5 minutes or so. And he said, yeah, that's okay. Big smile on his face. And I didn't see anybody then for 2 miles. So by this time it was 23 miles, and I saw Michelle and she offered me some crisps. Do you want any crisps? I said, no, it's okay. Are you okay? Yeah, I said, I'm not going to stop now, Michelle. I've only got nearly 4 miles to go. So carried on, and so glad that I did. Got a few twinges here and there with cramping in my quads. Another little niggle just above my ankle. It started to go up my leg. So the last 3 miles were very much a run walk, but I still did 11-minute miles, I think. I did run most of it. Just whenever it cramped up, it was like, oh, I just didn't want it to get a hold and spoil it for me completely. So yeah, I managed to get round. Really glad that I did. So I've got the course now in my head. I know now what I need to do for training. Certainly know I need to do a lot of training on tarmac because it was hard on this course. We had to keep to the left all the time, so the road is kind of what you're running on is kind of slanted like that in a lot of parts. To get anything flat, you had to practically run in the middle of the road, which obviously is not good. So yeah, I need to get hill practice in, and lots of training on tarmac as well, I think. So that's it from me. It's been an eventful weekend, a very good learning weekend as well. So glad that I've met everybody. We've been really looked after. Gonna go for breakfast now, for a nice vegan breakfast they're doing just for me because I'm the only vegan person here, which is great. Yesterday when it was tea time, they all had steak and chips, and when I come down, he said, oh, I've just got this, I've made this one especially for you. So it was in a little bowl, and it was meat-free mincemeat, mushrooms, sweet potato, and something else, I can't remember, lentils, I think, in this bowl with this puff pastry over it. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. The cooking here the food is just 5-star, definitely. So I'm really looking forward to coming back, doing the 10 days, not having to cook, not having to clean, not having to do any housework, any ironing, not having to sort kids and dogs out. Yeah, it's going to be great. So I'm really looking forward to May. And I just want to say thank you as well to everybody who has commented, who has already donated to Brathay Trust, to my fundraising page, to all the support. Honestly, I have read everything. I scrolled through it all last night. I was really tired though. I know I've not replied back to people, but I've liked them, the ones that I have seen. But I just want to say, honestly, thank you so much to all the nice comments, the words of encouragement. I'm really, truly grateful. Please keep them coming in. Please keep supporting me. I need you guys. I really need you on board. I can't do this without your support. And it's all for Brathay Trust. I learnt a lot about the charity yesterday. It was quite emotional as well to hear about the work that they do and the achievements that they make with these young children and young people who are at a disadvantage. And it really touched me, obviously, with my background. So more than anything, I'm so determined to get this done, but I can't do it without you guys, seriously. So please keep supporting me. Please keep the words of encouragement coming in. I'm really sorry if I bore you, if I'm on social media all the time talking about the 10 in 10. It will be over after the end of May, but it's all for a good cause, and please stay with me and continue to support me. I love everybody who does. I'm really grateful, honestly. I can't stress that much, but please just keep that coming. I need it. That's it from me. Sorry I've waffled on a lot. I know it's a long video, this one, but thank you for staying with me. And we've just got these other sessions to do, and then I'm heading off home, ready to start proper training. Take care, guys.